You know, in the early days, I struggled with spirituality. And I'll tell you why I struggled with spirituality. I struggled with spirituality because I realized very early that it was an evolving, growing thing. It was not a static thing. And here it is, I quickly realized that facts and truth were very fluid. And when I say facts and truth were very fluid, I quickly came to realize that as I dug deeper into the world of spirituality, I realized the things that I was taught were just simply the ideas of men being made cement or being made hardened through philosophy and concepts of dogma and doctrine. It was only when I decided to release myself from the opinions of men that I started to find freedom. That is the best thing I can call it. The freedom not to care about what family may think, the freedom not to care about what society may think, the freedom to just simply pursue the path that would manifest the best version of me. And that is the best way that I can put it. I want to manifest the best version of me. I want to self-actualize. I want to simply manifest my divine purpose on this three-dimensional plane. And one of those things that I have been purpose, or why I'm here, is to just simply teach. You know, personally, I do not like labels. That was one of the reasons why when I was in the church, I hated labels with a passion. I hated being called minister. I hated being called pastor because it was a box. It was a box. And here it is, me saying or using the label of teacher. Even that makes me squirm because in the midst of teaching, I'm also a student. So that in itself, you know, the best way I can put it is it's a journey. Spirituality is a journey. We're on a journey. We're trying to do the best we can in the circumstances that we've been born into the culture that we've been born into. And we cannot allow ourselves to become trapped in boxes. And when I say trapped in boxes, I mean boxes of stereotypes, boxes of belief systems. I call them BS. That's the best way that I can put it. This journey isn't easy because when you decide that you want to truly be free, spiritually free, you're going to find a lot of issues are going to arise with family, friends. Your whole concept of what life should be and how you should be will change. Your whole concept of just simply what is the right thing to be and the right thing to do will change. You know, not everybody's going to agree with you. When I made the decision to officially leave the church because I realized that my belief system had evolved beyond that, it was difficult. Persons who I was friends with for years, I had to separate myself from. Persons who didn't understand what I was doing and what I was going through, I didn't choose to waste the time or the energy to try and share or tell them what I was dealing with. You know, some persons straight up thought I had gone mad, and the reason was because there had been a complete personality change. The person that they knew was no longer there, and there was this new energy, this new spirit residing in a body that looked familiar to them but was different. You know, the spiritual path and dealing with society in general. You know, one of the things that I found interesting in just entering into the spiritual phase, in the initial phase, I grew dreadlocks. And I intentionally grew dreadlocks because I wanted to somewhat fly in the face of society, and I wanted to basically show that I was separating myself. You know, at that time I used the Bible premise of being a Nazarite, as an Essene Nazarite, following the traditions of the Nazarite, based in the Bible of Numbers, under the Bible scripture of Numbers 6, found in Numbers 6, sorry, where I opted not to cut my hair, not to cut my thing up. And that was one of the reasons why most people thought I had gone crazy, because I had stopped going to the barber. Now here it is, if you know an individual for decades and they're always clean shaven and clean cut, and all of a sudden they go through a period literally of about 2 years not shaving, not cutting hair, that can be a shock to some. And you know, persons actually came to me and Brother Roberts, is everything okay? Is everything? No, everything was actually great because I was going inside of myself, even if it meant to the detriment of neglecting the outside. I would have done it differently now because it brought too much attention to the change and the transformation from the caterpillar to the butterfly. But here it is, in that transformation period, I had to go through a lot of changes. I had keep in mind, I was as straight lace as you possibly could meet a brother. The only thing that I did that, you know, I felt was not considered straight lace, I drank alcohol. But other than that, I was very straight laced and so on and so forth. Coming from a military background, I was a former police officer, believe it or not, a former detective in my country, the Bahamas. And yes, this is where I live. But spiritually, you know, not everybody is meant to increase their frequency spiritually. Not everybody's meant to improve their no, I shouldn't say improve. What I'm saying is not everybody is able to rise in the vibration, because you're literally coming against resistance, and you have to come to a place where you literally don't care about resistance and you're just simply going to do what is right for you. And I came to that point. Here it is. If you look at some of my earlier videos, I posted some videos that was in all shadow and silhouette. Those videos I created literally 5 years ago or 4 years ago. If you do a search for me, you'd find I had another channel in my name. And it took me that amount of time to deal with inner fears and inner issues and do inner shadow work and remove some of those dark shadows that had come into my spirit through the different traumas that I would have faced through the passage of time. For instance, I had a fear of coming on video because I was dealing with the stigma from the past. When I was younger, about 7 years old, I was out playing street football, American football, and I got tackled and I landed face down, no helmet, and I broke my front 2 teeth. And because I was poor at that time, my family was unable to fix my teeth. So here it is, I went through most of primary school from grade 2 and all of high school, and it wasn't until I became a man and was working and I was able to fix my own teeth, but I had a lot of self-esteem issues because of that. And you might even notice I might even talk to the side, because that was a habit that this body developed to try and hide the cracked teeth. Now for me to smile, it's a pleasure because my teeth is now fixed. And you know, it took me 4 years to be able to literally deal with those issues of low self-esteem from a cracked teeth. Here it is. I'm glad that I'm now brave enough and I've been fortified spiritually to actually address that and to actually talk about this publicly. Most of you only coming into knowing me now, but I'm going to use this channel to basically share a lot of the things I experienced in life spiritually along this journey and how it came to shape my thought, as well as I'm going to do a lot of teaching. You know, some of the things I'm going to be out here in the great outdoors just talking to you guys, and other times I'll be, you know, indoors with an easel or a whiteboard behind me breaking down some metaphysics. But that's been me for today, talking about some spirituality. I know I've been rambling all over the place, but I just wanted to share some stuff with you guys. I didn't want the day to pass and I not post a video. As you notice, I'm trying to post, at least in this initial phase, I'm trying to post as much as possible. I'm not going to commit, but on average, I'm going to be posting an average of about 3 videos a week. And the reality is, I'm telling you 3, but I'm pushing to actually do more. So if you like the vibration that I'm giving off, if you're feeling what I'm talking about and you want to stay tuned for what is to come in future, just simply subscribe to my channel. I'll greatly appreciate it. And to those of you, my first 39 subscribers, I just simply want to thank you from the depths of my heart. I appreciate you, and I'm grateful that you are actually willing to take the time out to listen to some of my ramblings. So until next time, this has been Doc, coming to you from the beach. I'm sorry I didn't share more of the view, but this is my morning. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. I'm just looking at the coast, taking in some of my good neighbors here in the Bahamas. For those of you who don't know, this is the place I want you to visit, because this is a place unlike any other. The spiritual energy here in the Bahamas is awesome. If you're into things like meditation, if you're into things like yoga, if you're into things like that, this is definitely a place you'll love. Right across there is Paradise Island. That is the yoga retreat. That is I think they deal mainly with Kriya Yoga. They follow the system that Yogananda followed, and Babaji and those guys followed. But yes, that's the end of my rambling for the day, coming to you from my beautiful island, the Bahamas, Nassau, New Providence. It's the place I call home. And until next time, this is your man of business, Doc, saying thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, love yourself.